intelligent. We are all resilient. And we are all powerful. And for me, you never really see me coming. At least not when the rain pours down on the fresh black tar that is smeared away by the force of the white rain. At times, the pelting rain showers seem heavier than the year before, and for me, 51 years here in the Pacific Northwest, where my blackness and my journey often gets cloudy when I speak of my walk. You see, my voice speaks of pain. When the oppressed often bleeds black blood on black tar, it brings to life new meaning on the block. You see, it's the colorful murals that you see when you're walking in my hood. But I am thankful. I'm thankful to be multi-talented. And I'm also thankful for parents that taught me how to wade in the water. As I've learned not only the art of being a painter, but also the art of how to swim when I'm drowning in my waters. Many great leaders fought for equality long ago, setting the tone and creating the space by which we all gather here today. And our actions are still necessary today. The leaders on whose shoulders we stand did not work independent of each other, so when we all work together, good things do and will happen. But how will today influence our actions on tomorrow? How will we reimagine? But when I look up high to the sky, I see beautiful birds flying. I reimagine this. It's as though they are in a kite form, bound together, joined by destiny, linked by desire, and molded as one continuously through their flight. Sailing against the wind together. Resiliency. Do you ever wonder where they're going? Do you ever take the time to reimagine if they are a rich culmination of jurisdictions and grouped territories? I wonder if they are flying for a greater purpose. What is their agenda for the day? I wonder. Do they fly side by side based on gender or hue? Can you reimagine this? What would happen to this perfect V shape if just one bird turned back? I wonder if there are heroes among them, and if there are leaders out in the front. Who is to make the call of where they are to fly? And when you look up high to the sky at the birds in uniformity, do you ever feel weird? Do you feel apprehensive? As though something is about to happen really big? I wonder, with this immaculate, extraordinary formation, have you ever seen a bird out of place? Yes, we do see birds sometimes flying a little crooked, outside of the rest. But don't ever be alarmed. They are getting back in line. They may be a little slow at first. They may be just a little tired. They may be just a little hesitant to reconnect with the rest, but they are still in formation. Do you ever hear their sound? We must stay in line with the leaders who are heading us in the right direction. Can you reimagine that? So when you hear the call, we must get together and straighten the course, because some of us wobble. Some of us become a little crooked. Some of us get a little tired. Some of us become hesitant to reconnect with the rest. But we must work together, straighten the course, and take off. We must require objectiveness in the spaces that we take up. And we can do this when we do it in programs for community benefits. We must expect various challenges in the spaces that we take up. And we can do this in programs for public health, housing, and transportation. We must urge gender fairness in the spaces that we take up. And we can do this, and we can do it when we put people before profit. We must demand intentional justice in the spaces that we take up. And we can do this when we put multiracial democracy and gender diversity at the forefront. And we must learn how to uphold our own standards of excellence in all of the spaces that we take up. And we can do this in city, in regional, in state, in special districts, in independent offices and in departments. And even in the spaces that we have yet to be present in. The thing about it is, if we do not do the work that will require us to reimagine, then we would have created a world left for those that come after us to have to reevaluate the same causes that brought us here today in this space. But if you remember, we are all resilient, we are all intelligent, and we are all powerful. You see, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, he already left us a blueprint. He left us a clear map of exactly what to do and how to do it. Do you remember? Can you reimagine? For in 1963, he already told us, I have a dream. In 1965, he told us, our God is marching on. In 1967, he told us that we were beyond Vietnam and it was time to break our silence. He had to remind us again in 1967 when he told us about the other America. And in Dr. King's final reminder to us all in 1968, what did he tell us? That I've been to the mountaintop. And now, in 2022, do we have leaders in this room right now that are reimagining? For when it is all over, will there be anyone there to exhume us at that time, allowing us then to tell our stories of how we reimagined government for racial equity and justice? No. So the time and the spaces that we create and take up is today. So ever any of you, like me, begin to fear the flood, when you too find yourself drowning in white waters, always remember, we are all intelligent. We are all resilient, and we always have the power to reimagine. Thank you.